very warmly indeed to this conference. How exciting, and what a sign of the times that a conference on mindfulness in schools can draw such a large audience.
It's absolutely wonderful that we're having this conference, and there's a whole gamut of speakers here today who are going to give us different doors into this same subject from which we can have different vantage points, and I feel completely honored to have been invited to sort of launch this day, to kick off this day.
Welcome, and I'm just having to .B myself here just to take in the proportion of this, which is really wonderful.
I'm going to be honest with all of you. When I started the .B course, I came because I had absolutely nothing to do. It was just out of pure boredom, right?
You are too concerned with what was and what will be.
Focuses on a really, really important issue in terms of the degree of mental health and happiness that we experience in our lives.
When my mind wanders, it helps if I open my eyes, then close them again.
This is advanced training in the art of living.
Like a computer. If it doesn't work, you turn it off, then turn it back on again, then it works.
There is another very skillful process which I want to point out, which is the way in which it's then integrated into the classroom. We don't get to choose what thoughts we have, do we? Have you noticed that? You know? We don't get to choose them. What we do get to choose is what is our relationship with them.
If I experience emotions like anger or sadness, I can now step back from that and realise that I'm not actually an angry or sad person just because of these, and you can just watch them and realise that they're fleeting emotions that will come and go and not react based purely upon them.
And it was a privilege yesterday when John came to Parliament to actually finish the final practice with MPs. It was really something, and the Speaker of the House of Commons welcomed them.
What a .B does for me is not slow down the traffic of my thoughts, but kind of stop them for a while and let them just kind of calm down for a bit. And then when I choose to release it again, everything's sort of the same, but just kind of flows more smoothly.
It feels to me that this .B movement, if I dare call it that, is really central to the whole unfolding, and that your genius at making this translation for these age groups and so forth is really very culturally appropriate and very powerful, and can perhaps just be the beginning of a whole family of different kinds of .B curricula and so forth.
And Cara came up with this great little dictum, which is this. First thing, if you're going to be successful as a mindfulness in schools teacher, if you're going to make an impact, first thing, be mindful. Practice mindfulness.
I just wanted to also mention how mindfulness has affected my own experience of being a teacher. 30 minutes of practice in the morning, I find provides me with a sort of an embodied calm which I can take into the day with me. Therefore, I actually don't lie in bed at night, you know, ruminating over all the things that, God, they didn't go well in the lesson, and those moments when I lost it in lessons. So therefore, I sleep better by sort of taking care of myself, and therefore, I can pass that on to the students.
Mindfulness stuff, I don't work principally with young people. I teach Argentinian tango as
well, that's advanced training in the art of living, if ever there was any.
I think mindfulness should definitely be in schools, because in the case of our school, which is quite high achieving, lots of girls put pressure on themselves to do well and maintain the reputation, so that they can get quite stressed and tense. So we think mindfulness is really useful just for pausing and being, and just having some personal time away from the worries and tensions that come with school life.
And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you don't have to. Just let it resonate with you for the next 30 or 40 years. I'll come back and see how it's going.